So at the beginning of the year we recorded our second album over about 5 or 6 weeks. We did 2 weeks with Dan Carey in South London, same guy that produced the first record, and I co-produced it with him this time, so we did a couple of weeks and I took all the stuff to my studio and did a few weeks to finish it all off. But yeah, we pretty much nailed our second album, I think, and our first single came out like last week, so we're just going to sort of start the campaign again now. I'd like to think so, yeah. I mean, I think it's a deliberate progression. It's sort of staying in the same ballpark sonically and influence-wise, but I think we've headed a little bit more towards the dance floor in this one. It's a bit more synth-heavy, but yeah, I'll be interested to see what people think of the progression. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, he's a very, very influential figure in all our lives, I think. Actually, he's a wonderful man and a great musician himself,
it's like a treasure trove of like really interesting, weird gear in his studio, and he just knows how to get the best out of everything in there, really. So he always knows the right thing at the right time.
Yeah, no, it's always a great thing working with Dan. I do a lot of music with him generally, so yeah, it kind of works quite naturally. Like live, it's very much a four-way collaborative thing. You know, we rely heavily on each other playing together. You know, that's a very sort of important part of our live set, to interact with each other as much as possible. We feel like, you know, that's one of the key factors of our performance, is like the interaction between us musically and gazing lovingly into each other's eyes on stage.
A lot of that.
Yeah. Semi-overly romantic at times, but you know. But yeah, I mean, like, I write most of the songs, but on this record we actually wrote 2 songs together, which was really important for me to like feel like we had a collaborative point on the record where we both all written songs together. So there's a track called Forget, which we all wrote together as part of a jam in the studio, and one called Open Ended as well, which you guys actually had the riff like years ago, and you were just jamming it in the studio. I was like, can I write a song on that, please? They're like, yeah, cool.
Having that one.
Yeah, I'm having that. So yeah, no, it feels really good though. I think it's nice. There is definitely a progression with the band in a few different ways, I think, so it's good. Yeah, I think so. I think we rely quite heavily on like the rhythm section for our sets, you know, like we do make rhythmic music, these guys, and I think we just, you know, ultimately for me it's like it comes down to songs. I just chose rhythm-based, you know, dancey music to, you know, as the palette for my songwriting, but yeah, like I think, you know, ultimately it's like the rhythm section playing live is really informed what the next record's going to sound like.
What's cool about playing new material live though is that not only is it really exciting to play the new stuff, and we're really into that, but it kind of reinvigorates the older stuff as well, and kind of sometimes you might, you know, adapt certain things to fit it all together and things, but just, I don't know, there's something you can't really explain why it is, but you suddenly get a new lease of life with the tunes you've been playing for years anyway, or at least a year or 2.
I really like the Kate Trinada record that came out actually. Yeah, it's wicked. He's an amazing producer, like hip hop producer.
Tom Misch is really good. He's like 21 years old and he just makes he's an amazing producer, amazing jazz guitarist, but like really good producer. There's loads of people really. Plenty. Loads.
Should we name check some friends as well? Little Cub, they're a band on Domino releasing their album. I think beginning of next year I mixed and did some additional production on their record. It was really good. Solar Blood.
Really good.
There's a lot of good music out there, I think. Be strong. Never give up.
It's about getting out there and doing it, really.
That is pretty much it. Yeah.
Play the music that you want to play, that you want to hear. Don't second guess what other people want to hear. You just gotta, if you enjoy the music, then there's a good chance other people will as well.
I mean, it's like, for it in our career, like in the last couple of years, has been absolutely instrumental. Like, I mean, you guys helped us get to South by Southwest, to America. Without that help, we wouldn't have been able to go on to then do a US tour off the back of that. We got a really good response in South by Southwest, and then we then went on and did our own tour of the States. And without your help, like, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So we're really, really grateful for it. It's great. I mean, it's one of the best sort of organisations I can think of, really.
I was saying it, like, PRS kind of triggers a Pavlovian response, like a kind of really happy response to you, because whatever it is, it's normally something positive that comes from PRS, whether it's a royalty payment or whatever, or going to Texas. It's like, there's no bad things that occur.